We are live! Oh, good to be with you today. And we are excited because today we're continuing our weekly education process. And today our session is going to be on principles every leader must have. So no matter what business you're in, no matter what process you're doing, leadership is something that you need to have. Whether you have a small organization or a huge organization, you need to be the leader and you need to take that role and you need to make sure that you are doing the stuff we're going to talk about today. So let me start with a few stories since I get a shot to work with a lot of leaders all over the place. So I'm going to start with one leader. We'll call him CEO number one. Now, this man takes time to walk into all his company's locations. Now, notice this company has over 20 locations, and at least twice a year, this CEO goes out and he walks the sites. And during this visit, he takes time to talk with people who work there. He knows most of them. He calls most of them by name, and the ones he doesn't call by name, he gets their name and goes on. And he takes time to understand a little bit about them. Wow. This is the CEO. This is a good-sized company, and yet he's out there talking to all the players. Now, wouldn't that make you feel good if you worked there yourself? CEO number two, she goes out to her company locations as well. But she doesn't just say hi and go away. Nope, she's more of a real hands-on type person. And taking time, she listens to the people, but also taking time to help them and to pitch in where she can in doing the work. She believes that none of us, no matter what level we aspire to, no matter what level we get to, no matter what level we work at, we do good to get down and do the work at every level. And she is greatly respected for that and greatly followed. And remember, leaders have to have followers, or I can't remember who said it, but he says, when you look behind you and you don't see anybody there, what are you leading? You're not leading a whole lot of anything. Our third CEO takes time to talk with people when he's out in the field as well. Actually, pulling up a chair and having a one-on-one conversation. Or he might walk into the break room and have a cup of coffee and pull the chair over with 5 or 6 other employees and learn about stuff. And the stuff that he learns about in these meetings is stuff that you just don't get sitting in a CEO office. So, if you're the CEO of a small company with a few employees, or you're the CEO of a company with thousands of employees, the bottom line is, you gotta get out. You've gotta touch your people. You've got to get out there and become part of the organization. 3 different CEOs, but all with one common thread. They're leaders. Leaders know the people who work for them by name. They walk in the field with those people. They listen to them. They make them understand. And they make them understand that those at the top do really care. And so that is what I want to share with you, because the greatest resource you have as a leader in your organization is your people. When you walk down the road and look behind you, as I just said, and there's nobody there, what happens? Oh no! When you look behind you, you're either going to see people following you or you're not. And if there's no one behind you, then the best you probably can be is a positional leader. And remember, a positional leader is just someone who got the title. A leader is someone who has some people behind him, or her. So today, I want to share just 3 things about leaders that I think are important for you to know, important for you to study, and important for you to ascribe to in your organization. Number one is leaders need to know their troops. Remembering the names is one of the hardest things to do. I struggle all the time trying to remember names. I'm horrible. I can meet you and and there's no excuse for it. And I've even tried some things and I'm still trying things because I'm determined as a leader not to lose the names. If you can call people by name, it results in such a great payback. People love to be called by their names. But more than that, you got to ask people a few questions. You got to take some time to build a relationship. You got to take some time to learn a little bit about these people. And, I have seen small companies, and I'm talking, 5 employees where the leader still hasn't taken the time. And I've seen companies with hundreds of employees where the leader knows something about everybody's family. Now, the reason you need to know something about it is because the next time you run into this person, whether it's next week, next year, or whatever, remember your last conversation. Perhaps, it was telling you about some struggle they were dealing with, or perhaps she was telling you about her family or a sick kid or a parent or something like that. And when you walk back in there and you say, "How you doing, Kathy? How's your mom? How did the operation go? How's this kid doing? Did he get into this college? Did this happen?" When you remember stuff, you have just skyrocketed in the minds of the people you lead. You need to take time to understand those things. Key is, though, don't just do this because I'm recommending or you got to do it from in here. You got to do it from the heart because you as a leader know how important your people are, and you got to make it your job to care, to share, and to take care of them, because that's what makes the difference. And it is, well, let me take care of that there. It's getting a little cool these days, so we turned on the heat today, but now it's getting a little hot. So, you know how that goes. Number 2. So back to number 1, know your troops. Number 2 is walk among the troops. And we learned this from our military leaders, They always walked among the troops. When you see the movies of the old war, they're always walking amongst the troops. They're always getting out there. The great leaders were out in the field. They were there with their soldiers. And it's no different in the corporate world. Touch their lives. Watch what people in your organization do. As a CEO, I recommend that sometimes you just go out and watch what your people do, because as we get higher in the organization, we forget. A lot of us came from the very bottom. We did all that stuff. But then when we look out there, we say, I forgot. So get out there, look and see how it's doing. Praise them. Tell people when they're doing a good job. Wow, that really looks great. Comment on their work. Ask questions. Learn more about it. Show general interest. Or genuine interest, right? Even more so. That, this is my company. Everything you do is critical to us. It's important. Tell people that stuff. Get out in the field. Ask and get your hands dirty. If there's something you can do, if there's something you can pick up, if there's something you can help with, do it. Show people that you are not living in some ivory CEO tower, but that you care about everyone in this company. That is leadership from the heart. Get your hands dirty. It doesn't matter how big your organization is, you still need to do this to get your players behind you the way you want them. And finally, number 3, you got to listen to the people. I recommend you hold regular meetings of your entire organization. It doesn't matter how big it is. If it's really huge, you might only be able to do it once a year. But with the technology today, with Zoom and all these other video conferencing tools, and if you're in that big organization, I know you have your own product. Put yourself out there in front of everybody. Put yourself out there and let them ask you questions. Put yourself out there on the spot. Show them, yeah, I'm running this organization, but you know what? I am humble enough to get up here and get the questions. Now, I highly recommend you get a lot of questions beforehand. You research them. You make sure you can answer them. But I also recommend that you put yourself out there and let them shake you a little bit. Because you know what? We got to do that once in a while to make sure we're still strong like we need to be. Yes, the technology's there. You can do it. Put yourself out there. Put yourself on the spot. Show them you can be humble. And so there you have it. Leadership at its finest. If you've had the opportunity to work for a super CEO, you know the power and the feeling of a leader in your organization. If you are that person, then you know that as well. If not, you can do this in your organization. I don't care what it has happened in the past. I don't care what other people have done. You can become that super CEO. If you're not sure how to make all this work, give me a call. We help develop the leaders that make organizations move forward, grow, expand, drive success through the people that work for you, the people who know the process, and the people who you can lead to great success. Success is all about the team and those that lead those teams. We have a first level training that's the best. And if you want to learn a little bit more about that, go to our website, click on Leadership Training. Coach Manny, CoachManny.com. CoachManny.com/leadership-training, or just go to CoachManny.com and click on the leadership menu thing. We're here. This is what we do. We help you build your organization, and one of the keys in our toolbox out there, remember, we are here. One of the things in our toolbox is leadership training, and it is just as important as all the other tools. Remember, we've worked through 90 Days to Success, a time management process. We work through Double Your Sales, and we work through targeted lead gen. That's why we're here on the podcast every week, because we're helping you grow. And the people in your organization are going to make it happen. And you as the leader will make that a reality. This is Coach Manny saying, as always, it's a pleasure to be here. We hope you're working with us. I look forward to talking with you. If you have an organization out there that needs some leadership training, we're here, and that's one of the things that we supply for you. Have a great day. Keep knocking them dead. Keep doing great. We also have our listening course out here. Don't forget, if you need some help, and I always say the first letter in leadership is listening. So we got a great little course there for you. Please check that out. Again, everything is available on the website. You can see it. It's on the menu. Click on it. Get out there. Let's see what we can do. This is Coach Manny saying, let's go rock. The year's almost over. Lead your team to success and make it happen. It's Coach Manny saying, enjoy.